Merry Christmas.
Look, I set up my grandfather's drill press. I'm going to drill some holes. This is going to be pretty good. I'm going to make Christmas gifts. I don't do this very often. I wanted to try it this year. I have a backup plan in case something goes wrong. I'll probably buy the gifts from somewhere. Please, it would mean so much to me if you would now go to MachoDrone.com to watch this on my channel on the YouTube. And please click my channel's subscribe button. It's very meaningful. It tells me to continue making enthralling white-knuckled videos like this one. And honestly, I just need 1,000 of you guys to subscribe. It will unlock every possible feature on the YouTube for me. Thanks so much. It'll be a different kind of gift. So I just want to make something with my grandfather's drill press that you just don't find in the stores, or they look. Sometimes you buy something like this in the store that I'm about to make it. It just looks. It is fake and it looks fake. That's cans of gasoline. Grandpa would always buy Craftsman, and he'd always talk about he's going to buy American. He's a big made in the USA kind of guy. It's Cummins Mac, made in Taiwan, 0017. It's a 5-speed. You change your speeds up here. You change your speeds by moving that belt around. And all the speeds are shown on a chart on how to do that. Well, I want to make, they're empty. Shotgun shell Christmas lights. Festive colors. So, let's see. You know, a lot of people, you hear people say, oh, well, so-and-so made this and they were awesome when they were done and whatever. We'll just see how awesome they really are. I chose LED lights because, when we get those mini lights and one bulb goes out, the whole string goes out. You can buy them so they don't do that, but that's hard to determine on the packaging sometimes. $7.98 a box. See if one bulb goes out, they all go out. This is just a warning label. Alright, I don't know how they're on. Now they're off. Yeah, they're on. Oh, see, there's one that's not working. Right, brand new. But they gave me some spares. Let's take one out and see if they all go out. Oh, I see. Pop up the little lever. Oh! Dang it. The other half works. The one that we're working is now working. Yep. That's a little spooky. So here, got these things, the shells. With these shells, I got... Look, I put the wrong end in the pencil sharpener. These primer holes are too small. I can punch out the primer holes. I can put a punch and knock out these spent primers, these little dots in the middle. But that's a lot of work. I'm just going to drill through them. None of them will go bang. These lights, that's like a 3/8 inch. I'd have to drill a 3/8 inch hole. It'll light up the shotgun shell. I could pre-wash these, but they smell so good. Yep, we'll see how it goes. I'll make sure before I tighten it down it's actually in the chuck properly. Here we go. I don't want the table to move. Okay. Wearing gloves here is dangerous because if I wear gloves, if the glove gets caught in here somehow, it definitely won't be very forgiving and it'll catch my hand and my wrist and I'll be injured. Also, get your sleeves out of the way. All right. Let's try it. Let's put a hole. Let's put a hole in one. I mean, let's drill a hole in this. That's a lot of metal, a lot more than I thought. I'm going to need some cutting oil. The bit will go dull. It's hot. But I can use this. It's perfect. It's has a lot of aroma. It smells really good. If a bunch of these are oily hanging somewhere, then that might be a bit much. But, I mean, chicks, I just do a little bit of this. And then I behind my ears. And the chicks are like, ooh, you smell so good. And I'm like, I know. I'm going to go with the 3-in-1 oil right now. It doesn't smell like the sexy cologne. I thought it was smoking from the oil, but no, it just melted a bit. That's hot. This time I'm gonna go from the innards. You can oil the bit. It smells like I'm burning marshmallows. I finished drilling this one. We'll probably just use that anyway. It says made in the USA right on it. Yeah, I drilled a 7/16 hole. And yeah, the socket just fits in there. Okay, so we'll do a red one. 7/16 is the whole size to get that. That's truly a nice tight fit. You're probably wondering why I have so many used shells. Someone at home might be sitting there thinking, this doesn't look like fun. They might be right. What? Oh well, I got lots of red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 45 to go. The Remingtons are the very easiest to drill through once I got the hang of this. The Federals are not so great. They have this paper wadding that gets caught up in the it gets caught in the drill bit, so it just kind of spins out. It gets caught in the drill bit just like this while it's inside of the shell, and it instantly produces heat and separates the metal casing from the plastic shell. Maybe I'll show you what it's like to drill through each one again. Maybe. I'm gonna stop recording while I do the rest of this. I'm gonna listen to Christmas music. I'm not allowed to play music in the background. YouTube tells me I can't play music in the background. YouTube doesn't like me. I'll peer down into the shell so I can see if I get that punch centered. It's kind of coming along all right. Yeah. I have one strand of lights done. This is a train wreck. What a mess. I hung them up. I made these for my second place daughter. I woke up this morning and I said, there's a better way to do this. And I was right. These are just warning labels. Here's what a brand new shell looks like that I left in the grass for weeks and the lawnmower didn't hit it. It's all folded up at the end. So after you fire it, so you get the picture. So the Federals were the least fun to drill through. They were not very nice to drill at all. So what you can do, just fold these down. And I'm using an American-made Stanley screwdriver, if you're wondering. And this is really not any easier than drilling. But I wasted about 12 to 18 shells drilling. Look, that's almost factory. So I could probably sell this. Someone might buy this and say, hey, that's never been shot. So you can take the bulb. And you just cram it in there. And you can get it in there. You can get it in there kind of nice and far. Yeah. Here's a green one I just put in. I already have a whole string that's drilled. Half the string, I'll just reuse some of those so that they dangle open-ended, and then the other half of the string will be like this. And I won't waste any effort, and I'll keep the strings looking uniform. We'll see how it looks when I'm all done again. It would probably be smart if I was wearing gloves, or I got knee pads in the drawer. gloves and elbow pads. If you know anyone that reloads their own shotgun shells, you may be able to ask them to recrimp a bunch of these empty shells, and they would probably look almost as good as mine. They'd look like this if your hands are strong enough. I have strong hands. I am MachoDrone. How strong they are. There we go. These are the genuine thing, the real McCoy. These aren't some fake looking shotgun shells. It's like Thomas Kincaid visited the laboratory. Let them stretch out. They were all crammed into these dinky little boxes. I think the lawnmower drove on these. There we go. I'm running low. I have enough for 3 strands. 3's enough. I'll make my first place daughter 2 strands out of these 2 groups. And my bossy half only needs 1 strand for the front porch. Bossy half is what I call my wife. I have just enough to get the job done. Hope I don't mess up. You're wondering how I get these crimped so nicely. I changed my technique. I have these awesome gloves I've had for 5 or 6 years. I drew some Sharpie lines on the gloves, and then I cut off all the fingertips. So I have some awesome gloves. This came from Glenn's Surplus. It doesn't hurt when I wear my glove. That's Glenn's Surplus, Shelby, Ohio. Shout out to Glenn's Surplus. If you know anyone at Glenn's Surplus, you should probably share this video with them. I'm not going to drill any of them. I wasted too many when I was drilling. I just had too many failures. Get in there. That's not looking good. That strand got done pretty quickly. There, my first place daughter now has 2 complete strands, 32 feet. These 2 strands belong to my bossy half. I left some of them blank to get the white bulbs showing. But second place daughter and I will shoot some clay pigeons, and we'll have some additional shells to cover up any bare bulbs really soon. I just plugged in the 2 strands of the shotgun shell Christmas lights. Two strands of these lights is 6.3 watts. 6.3 is a lot. Every bulb in my house only uses 0.8 watt. Every bulb. Here, I'll prove it. This lamp I have on my bench is using one of the bulbs. That's my 0.8 watt bulb. I'm using 0.8 watts in every bulb in my house. Christmas lights at 6.3, well, that's going to be 19 watts between those 3 gifts. Every bulb in my house is 0.8. The oven light is the only bulb I have that's 4 watts. So these 2 strands of lights are almost consuming as much energy as our oven bulb. And that oven light's not on very often. This is important. Look, between the 3 lights, they'll probably plug them in and never unplug them. So that's 19 watts between all of them, or 0.019 kilowatts, times 24 hours a day, times 365 days a year, times the 14 cents per kilowatt. Don't let the electric company tell you that they charge less, because all their costs together, that's about right. 14 cents per kilowatt. That's going to cost me $23 a year for these gifts. The gift that keeps giving. Oh well. I got to find a box. This isn't going to go good. Yep, after some thought and prayer, that looks like a good solution. I can put the second strand in the left hole. Can you call a triangle shape a hole? I have some more shoe boxes. I'll probably wrap them up. That's going to be a lot of wrapping paper. I'll probably use the Sunday paper instead. I don't even subscribe to the newspaper. I'll have to buy today's paper. Maybe the Sunday comics. Garfield's not funny. Not since 1985. Garfield's for girls. The Family Circus is for grandparents. None of those are funny.
A very Merry Christmas. A very Merry Christmas. Have a very, very Merry, very, very Merry, very, 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 very Merry Christmas. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Let's go take a walk in the neighbor's yard, buddy.